I hate the Navy.
But it's only for 5 days.
Only 5 days? I hate you, too. The Navy separated us once before, you remember.
If you're going to become the bride of a sailor, you've got to expect that, Odette.
But I nearly lost you. I couldn't stand that. I couldn't. Papa, did you have any trouble learning the schedule?
No. Especially as the coach has already arrived. It was not necessary.
Well, goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, Lieutenant.
Goodbye, Odette.
Goodbye, Pierre.
Mademoiselle? You may tell the old gentleman to run along. My carriage is waiting.
Odette.
Oh, Father, I...
Father?
I am the Viscount de Cambrai, sir.
So much the better. I mistook you for an admirer.
Father, believe me, I don't know him.
Is this true, sir?
Oh, for the moment, perhaps. But allow me to assure you that Mademoiselle has made it very obvious that she would like to know me much better indeed. You make it a matter of honor, sir. I accept.
Father.
My card. My seconds will wait on you this evening. Mademoiselle?
Charles Rolla.
Bravo, Jacopo! All this violent exercise before breakfast is bad enough. But must you also invite ladies to call at such an ungodly hour?
Ladies?
You must forgive this intrusion, Count.
Mademoiselle de Cambrai.
But my father is in desperate need of help.
Well, the Viscount is my old friend. Anything I can do?
I tried to stop him, but I failed. He's on his way to the dueling grounds at the Parc Monceau.
Oh, he wishes me to act as his second?
No, I wish that you stop the duel.
Mademoiselle, an affair of honor, one
This
cannot...
is no affair of honor. This is an assassination. My father was tricked into the challenge. He'd never met the man before. Count, I beg you.
Carlo Jacopo, my hat and coat. One of these days, I'm going to surprise you. Or perhaps not.
Doctor. Mademoiselle, I regret the sad outcome of this affair.
Would not honor have been satisfied as fully by a flesh wound, monsieur, perhaps?
Well, one cannot control the flight of a bullet. We have not met, monsieur.
I am the Count of Monte Cristo.
Charles Rolla.
Why did you murder my father?
Mademoiselle, it was a matter of honor.
Of murder!
Mademoiselle is upset, but I can understand your sentiments.
You are very gracious, monsieur.
It was a fair duel, fought according to the rules of gentlemen.
Was it gentlemanly of you to insult me, to force my father to challenge you?
Mademoiselle, the Viscount chose to challenge me. Good day.
It is my understanding that the police of Paris keep a record of all legally fought duels.
That is correct, monsieur.
Suppose one were to ask for a record of all duels fought by Monsieur Charles Rolla.
One would be asking for a great deal, monsieur. The files are so many. It would be weeks, perhaps months. Except, of course, in unusual cases. This is an unusual case. Yes, a very unusual case. Here we are. Record, Charles Rolla.
Jacques Lamont, silversmith, the Chevalier de Berry, landowner, Armand Fontanelle, importer, the Vicomte de Cambrai. 4 duels in less than a year?
Interesting, is it not, Count?
4 duels, each ending in death.
It would be wise to think twice before crossing the gentleman's path. Hmm?
Must you eternally go on with that?
Practice, as the saying goes, makes perfect, Father. And perfection is the school in which you trained me.
I've made a perfect weapon of you, haven't I, Charles?
Ever since the day I was born, Father, you taught me 2 things. Hatred and marksmanship. I've been an apt pupil, haven't I?
Yes.
There were 5 men you needed killed. 4 of them are dead, and the 5th will die soon. Well, then?
I told you from the beginning I had my doubts. The gold may not be worth all the blood you've shed.
Not to you, perhaps, but it is to me. For the moment, I am Charles Rolla, nobody. You are Vincent Balbec, nobody. But when the 5th man is finally silenced, there'll be no one who can prevent your open return from exile, or to prevent you from openly resuming the title that is rightfully yours, the Duke of Burgoyne, or from me having that title someday myself. Would you rather slink back into exile, Father? Or would you rather be openly denounced as the cowardly commander of the French flagship Victoire at the Battle of Trafalgar? And as for your concern about my hands, Father, I find I enjoy bloodying them.
Monsieur Charles Rolla?
Yes?
I am Aristide Michon, monsieur. A clerk at the Prefecture of Police. The matter is perhaps private.
Oh, monsieur is in my confidence.
I am a man poor in worldly goods, Monsieur Rolla, but on occasion rich in information.
Indeed.
I should like to improve the one state at the expense of the other.
How much?
5 louis in gold. Gentleman came to the prefecture this morning to inquire about your duels.
This inquiring gentleman, he has a name?
Yes. The Count of Monte Cristo.
Pay him.
How does it concern Monte Cristo?
He is a friend of the Decombre family. He was at the duel.
I don't like it. If he's begun to suspect us...
You're right, Father. Something shall have to be done about it. I am afraid that the Count of Monte Cristo is going to be insulted.
I don't know which is noisier, the audience or the singers.
I apologize, Carlo. But Odette's note asked me to meet her here.
Ah, Monte Cristo. You are an admirer of the opera?
Very much.
Not at all surprised.
Indeed?
Indeed. It's just the sort of womanish thing I would expect to appeal to you.
Tastes differ, monsieur.
Yes, they do count. One man's taste can be very good, and another man's taste very vile. You are the Count of Monte Cristo, are you not?
I am.
It's curious. I should have mistaken you for a cowardly servant masquerading in his master's clothes.
Edmond, how long will you permit this puppy to insult you?
Shall we find out just how long? I await your challenge, sir.
There will be no challenge, monsieur.
Monte Cristo, I accused you of being a cowardly servant masquerading in his master's clothes. I apologize to your servants, for it is the master who is the coward.
heaven's name, Edmond, how could you tolerate his insolence?
This afternoon, I investigated at the prefecture about his dueling record. This evening, he lures me to a public place and publicly insults me.
What reason can he have?
I don't know, but I mean to find out. Jacopo, go after him. Follow him wherever he goes, learn whatever he does. I must know. Carlo, these are the names of the men who died dueling with Rolla. Investigate them. Their lives, their backgrounds, their character.
Very well, Edmond. What are you going to do?
Why, enjoy the opera, of course. There must be some connection, some bond between the silversmith, landowner, and importer and your father.
I can't remember my father ever speaking of them. Perhaps Pierre might.
Pierre?
My fiancé, Lieutenant Marnette. He's in Toulon. I wish he were here.
I know, Odette. But right now you have to try to think. I'm convinced that Monsieur Rolla's dueling career is not at an end. There must be others who are facing the same fate. I'd give anything for the name of his next opponent.
Lieutenant Pierre Monte.
Will you forget Monte? I'm concerned with Monte Cristo.
Ah, the man's a coward.
No, but you are a fool. The Count of Monte Cristo is a brave, courageous gentleman.
At least he has the reputation of being one.
A reputation founded upon fact.
It is also a fact that the man swallowed enough gross insults in a public place to make even the weakest coward strike back.
There was a reason for it. A reason having nothing to do with fear of you.
Suppose Monte Cristo is hot on our trail. He did not rise to my bait. He would not issue me a challenge.
That's what worries me.
Why worry? His death can be easily arranged. A few gold coins well spent, an ambush in a dark street.
No. And a guillotine at the end for us? My plan, my training of you were all designed to keep us clear of the law, and everything we have done thus far has been legal.
Very well, Father. Then let us return to the fate of Pierre Monette. He is in Toulon. Monte Cristo cannot know that he is my next target or the last man to stand in your way.
And so?
And so I shall go to Toulon, find Monette, quarrel with him. He will challenge me and there will be a duel. And the last man to know the secret of your shame shall carry it with him into his grave. Wish me Godspeed, Father.
Jacopo! Rolla, what about him? He took a coach. Going where? The coast?
Edmond!
Carlo, you have something for me.
Something, but of what importance, heaven only knows.
The information, Carlo.
Huh? Oh. These four men, Lamont, de Berry, Fontenelle, the Viscount de Cambrai, did have one thing in common.
Which was?
They had all been in the French Navy.
In the Navy. I wonder.
Ah, so, as I thought, filed under V for victoire. It should have been under D for disaster, or S for survivors.
Survivors?
Yes, monsieur. The four men that you inquire about all served aboard the flagship Victoire at the Battle of Trafalgar. A sad day in our naval history, monsieur.
The Victoire was sunk, was it not?
Yes. And the four men that you mentioned were survivors. They all escaped together in a lifeboat.
They were the only survivors?
No, monsieur, there was one other. The cabin boy, a lad named Pierre Marnette.
Pierre Marnette?
What did you learn, Edmond?
The name of a man.
What man?
Pierre Marnette, naval lieutenant stationed at Toulon. And Toulon is where we ride.
On what business?
On the business of saving Pierre Marnette's life, my friends.
Lieutenant Monte, coming across you like this is rather an unexpected pleasure, Lieutenant, for you see, I owe you a debt of gratitude.
I'm afraid I don't.
Permit me, Charles Rollin. And the gratitude, it refers to a lady we both know.
No, which lady?
Odette.
Mademoiselle de Cambrai?
Odette. For you see, had you not come here to Toulon, I would not have had the opportunity to get to know her so very well.
I'm not sure I understand exactly what you mean.
Oh, come, Lieutenant, you know the old saying about when the cat's away, how the mice will play?
Rely, monsieur. You will apologize at once.
And if I do not?
I shall demand satisfaction.
Very well, Lieutenant. My card. Shall we say, tomorrow morning at dawn?
At dawn. Come in. Ah, Monsieur Lecomte. Gentlemen.
Good morning, Lieutenant. You're up early.
I have an engagement. What brings you here?
Curiosity. Tell me, Lieutenant, you served as a cabin boy aboard the flagship Victoire, didn't you?
Yes.
And when it sank, you escaped in a lifeboat with some other men.
Yes.
Those other men were Monte, Fontenelle, the Berry, and the Viscount de Cambrai.
Yes.
There was a sixth man in that lifeboat, wasn't there? A man who perhaps should not have been there.
That is a question I cannot answer.
Then I was right in my suspicions. Only one man could have ordered you to abandon ship. And that man should never have issued that order. The commander of the flagship. Well, Lieutenant?
I am not given to breaking a solemn oath.
No? The oath you and the others in the lifeboat swore must have been to keep silent about a Frenchman's shame. But he seeks to safeguard that silence with an assassin's bullet. Lieutenant, this engagement you spoke of, it's not an engagement at all, is it? It's a duel.
But what if it is?
Allow me to take your place.
That would be impossible, Count. My honor as an officer.
Are you quite sure it would be impossible?
Quite sure.
Then, Lieutenant, you leave me no alternative. I am up.
Monte Cristo.
Yes.
You are here to act as the lieutenant's second?
I'm here to act as the lieutenant's substitute.
Well, I'm afraid that my engagement with the lieutenant comes first.
I'm afraid you're very much mistaken, monsieur. Carlo, my friend, I must ask a favor of you.
Whatever you wish, Edmond.
You see, Lieutenant Monte happens to be indisposed. I must ask you to act as my second. Unless Monsieur Rolla enjoys having his face slapped.
You are demanding satisfaction from me?
Oh, no, monsieur. I'm perfectly satisfied to continue slapping your face.
Well, then I demand satisfaction from you.
Good. Then, as the challenged men, the choice of weapons is mine.
Your choice, Count.
I see you have come prepared with pistols. May as well be pistols. One thing more. The distance. Shall we say, 2 paces?
2 paces? But no one could possibly miss at that distance.
How true.
But a duel at 2 paces would not be a duel, it would be suicide.
Oh, come now, Monsieur Rolla. Look at the cheerful side. One of us may recover. Huh. I'll be ringing the Angelus in a few moments. Shall we take the first stroke of the church bell as the signal to fire? Agreed? At
2 paces?
At 2 paces. Shall we start?
A duel at that distance is ridiculous.
Isn't it? Shall we start? Carlo, if you please.
Ready, gentlemen. March.
A duel at this distance isn't civilized.
Quite right. It is not civilized. It's murder. But then you know more about that than I do.
I can't. You can't shoot me. I'm unarmed.
It is your choice, monsieur.
I'll apologize. Whatever you wish, whatever you want.
It is not your apologies I want.
What do you want of me?
Some information. And precisely the name of the 6th man who survived the sinking of the Victoire. As you wish.
No. Vincent Balbec.
The man who commanded the Victoire.
And who abandoned her.
And you are his hired assassin.
I am his son.
I must apologize, Lieutenant, for depriving you of your duel.
Were you not such a good friend of my future wife, I might resent it.
What's going to happen to...
Rolla is being held by the police. His father faces a Navy court-martial. The story's at an end. Now, Dad, forget it as quickly as you can. The lieutenant should be of some assistance there. Gentlemen. I don't think anyone will mind.